wasn't that fantastic. Trust me.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I like that. And now we're gonna, I'd like to welcome to the stage, or to the podium, a gentleman that I've become very fond of. And he knows that I wear him to death, I'm sure. I beat him up, but he's definitely a friend and an ally of the transgender community. I'd like to welcome Mr. Jeffrey Richardson from the Mayor's Office of LGBT Affairs. Please give it
Good evening. Good evening. First of all, I want to just thank everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight, but thank everyone who had any involvement with making this evening's activities happen. Earline and the whole crew on behalf of the community. This is so important and so special. I'm here tonight to bring greetings on behalf of Mayor Vincent C. Gray and District of Columbia government. Tonight we've come together as a community to remember the souls that have been lost due to anti-trans violence, hatred, and bigotry. We're here tonight to remember and to raise awareness of the crimes against transgender people. One city, you've heard that term a lot over the last year, is the theme of the Gray administration, and is the lens in which we see our administration. One city is the theme and visionary lens for which the Gray administration has based our shared values of equality, equity, and justice for all residents of the District of Columbia. I'm here tonight to say that our vision of one city is a District of Columbia where all residents are able to live their lives free of discrimination, bigotry, and violence. Our vision of one city is where people are judged by the content of their character and not their gender identity or gender expression. Our vision of one city is one where our transgender brothers and sisters are able to live and work free of bias and bigotry. Now, we have a lot of work to do, but as we continue to push forward to the realization of our vision of one city, please know that Mayor Gray calls upon all residents of the District of Columbia this day and all the days ahead to join us in saluting our transgender brothers and sisters and calling for an end to the discrimination and violence against transgender members of our community. Tonight, let us not allow these precious souls to go forgotten, but let us, as we leave this place later this evening, let us honor their lives by doing all that we can, in every way that we can, to rid our city and our country of the hatred, the self-hate, and the anger that took their lives. So tonight I'm here to join with you as we remember these precious souls and as we stand together as a community and stand and support one another as we move forward and share our circle of love and life that binds us together as a community, as a city, as a country, because that is the way together we can move forward so that we don't find ourselves here another year, a decade later, adding names to the list that we shall read tonight. So thank you all again. Peace and blessings.
Thank you again so much, Jeffrey Richardson. As I said, he's an ally, and you know that Jeffrey and others, especially my mother, Ms. Jerry Hughes, oh, my mother, I should stop doing that. We also co-workers too. Oh, she's in the back somewhere there. She's there with my mother. You know, they were very instrumental in getting the mayor to approve the transgender pilot project with the Project Empowerment. I'm sure many of you heard about that. 23 individuals actually came out and were assessed. 17 successfully completed it and are now working on full-time jobs. I think there's a lot of credit to be given. And as my mom says, we're going to do more because we're going to get all these ladies, these gals off the corners and get them to working. So we look forward to doing that. I just wanted to say one thing in terms of this year's Transgender Day of Remembrance. As you can see, it's somewhat different formatted. And that is that I had a lot of time to think. I'm just one that's compassionate, and I believe in collaborating. So we decided, and we had our first initial meeting, many of the folks that came, and you'll meet them later when they'll come up to be honored in terms of their participation. I said, this has to be a community event. It is not a transgender health empowerment event. It's not a one person's event. This is our event. So I thank the committee. You'll meet them later, but let's please give them a round of applause because they worked so very hard. At this time, we're going to ask, and I just thought about it, we can scratch the elected officials. We don't need elected officials for our event, do we? Yeah, we can do it ourselves. I want to welcome 3 folks to the podium to speak for a few minutes. Let's have, in this order, Alison, Jason, and Christopher Dyer. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I was asked just before we started to tell you a little bit about a coalition of groups that came together this year to extend our remembrance this year into a day of action, which was held on Thursday. I did take a few notes. I wasn't texting. I was trying to figure out how to make it this time. There are some people there that marched with us and planned the event. If you'd stand up and show yourself. Come on, you're in there. We came together in coalition. We produced a list of goals and demands based on community concerns, and we tried to reach everybody and come to consensus. We did. We had a very successful day of Transgender Day of Action linked to today's Remembrance. I'd like to recognize helping individual prostitutes survive, HIPS, DCTC, DC Trans Coalition, and Gay Equal, and Gay and Lesbian Activist Alliance. This was a core group. We're still expanding. We have over a dozen coalition partners, including welcoming congregations. These are people like you who realize the urgency of putting trans issues on the front burner every day and trying to do something to bring an end to anti-trans violence and police bias. So we delivered our demands to the police department, to the U.S. Attorney's Office, who oversees our justice system in D.C., and to city government. And we put some deadlines on there, and that was our purpose, to get the community at large, all DC residents involved, and give them a system of accountability where they will be able to check in with their officials and make sure that progress is being made on these concerns. So this is the beginning of that 18-month process. We'll be working in our individual organizations, but we can come together at a moment's notice to bring the message to the streets and sidewalks again that you're not doing enough. This is a life and death matter, and we can't stop until we have real, systemic, and sustainable change in the nation's capital. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jason Terry. I'm with the DC Trans Coalition. We are the trans community's grassroots political voice in DC. As you know, we've had a challenging year, but We know that the horizon of justice is ahead of us. We can see it, and we're getting there. This year, we've started a needs assessment project that has found that the trans community's biggest concern is safety and risk as they go through town. That's disturbing, but it's also empowering. Our goals are simple. Everyone who wants and needs a job should have one. Everyone who needs a home has one. Everyone who grows up in the city gets the education they need to move forward. Everyone's health needs are met by competent people who they can trust. And most importantly, everyone can live in this city as themselves, without judgment and without fear. I hope that you will join us in our run-up to the victory in the path of justice. I don't call it a fight, because we're going to win. We'll be having a town hall for people to raise their concerns, to hold us accountable, to get involved on December 3rd, that's a Saturday, at 12:15 p.m. at the Columbia Heights Community Center at 14th and Girard Streets Northwest. Big thanks to Jeffrey Richardson for helping us get the space. I look forward to seeing you on the 3rd. Thanks so much for getting involved.
I have absolutely nothing prepared, other than I'm reminded again, like last year, that I hate coming to this event because we continue to have people get killed in the street, but I also love coming to this event because if you look around, we're beautiful. This is a beautiful thing, and I just want to remember, our friend Kemney said that gay is good, well, trans is good, GLBT is good, LGBT is good, and it's all on us to make it better. Thank you.
Behold the candle of life. At birth it is but a spark. In youth it grows and dances and breathes. At times, fighting the wind to stay alive. In years it becomes strong in faith and in love, until it is extinguished in death. Burn slowly, O candle of life, for all of us here tonight, and for those taken from us. May it burn brightly in their memory forever. So mote it be.